Game Show.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson here with my esteemed colleagues, Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Tonight, it'll be the Atlanta Hawks going up against the Philadelphia 76ers. For Philadelphia, these guys are playing good basketball with 7 wins in their last 10 games, and they like their chances tonight. And Jahlil Okafor, to this point best known for his NCAA title run with Duke, can he be a franchise big?
I'm kind of disappointed that he went number 3 because he has incredible size at 6'11" and a frame that's hard to move around. I actually thought he was going to go to number 2 to the Lakers, but he went number 3. His leg strength is a big plus for him.
Well, I know you asked me the question first, but I think he will make a huge impact. His paint presence and ability to have multiple moves on multiple defenses, probably the only guy in college basketball who saw double teams every night.
How difficult is it for a North Carolina guy to praise a Duke guy?
He's not at that university anymore, so now I can praise him.
But he did. Well, you're not at that university anymore either.
Good point, Ernie.
But Tar Heel forever, Duke for 4 years.
Oh, you said the name of the school, which you normally don't.
Got him, Ernie. Got him, Ernie.
Thank you very much.
Got him, Ernie. 1-0.
Oh, they're killing me.
Thanks for tuning in, folks. We'll see you next time.
Go, Carolina.
Welcome, everyone, to this 2K Sports broadcast live in Atlanta, Georgia at the Phillips Arena. The Hawks with their last game here in Atlanta before heading out on the road, winning their last 3 games. They'd like to make that 4 in a row here tonight.
And if you look at the Hawks right now, at times they played some of the best basketball in the league, but they haven't been able to sustain it over the course of the entire season, and that's the only reason they're not in first place.
Yeah, you're right. Consistency has been the issue. It's been missing. But it wouldn't be surprising if they put it all together at the right time.
And it's the Hawks to start out. Now a look at Philadelphia's starting lineup. Curry is out there with insanity. Then there's lights out. Then there's Embiid. And it's Harris in at the small forward spot. Collins, good. The Hawks offense was a thing of beauty at times to watch last year. They really came together. They epitomized that term team so well.
You hit it right on the head. They knew how to find the open man. The ball always ended up in the right spot. And so many of their shots came from assists, second in the league in that category.
They get it back. Good on the shot.
Just not enough bodies on the glass right there, and they paid for it.
Well, Greg, I know you're a little guy, but you know what it means to box out, and it's an effort thing and a mindset deal. You got to get your body between that other player and the ball.
And it's the 76ers with the ball. After the basket by Atlanta, and the shot goes in from Embiid.
Well, I tell you what, the Hawks were terrific in so many different ways last year offensively. They led the league in catch and shoot points per game. And when you watch video, that's what stands out.
Young passes to the monster. Back to Young from deep three-point range. Again, Young missing. Here's Philadelphia. This game coming on the heels of their win against Chicago.
They needed a few extra minutes to get the W in that game, but they got it just the same.
I like the way they handled themselves in that overtime period, Greg. They had a whole lot left in their game in that extra period.
Hawks also led the league in catch-and-shoot threes per game last season. They have a roster of guys that can knock it down with space and really made the most of it.
The Hawks shooting their first free throw of the night here.
One shot. Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
And here in the first, closing in on 2 minutes play. feeds it to Embiid. And there's the pass to Lights Out. Here's Avanti. Off target from three-point range.
Certainly not the dream start they were hoping for, going 1 for 4 early.
Here's Bogdanovich. Goes back up. The shot no good. And Philadelphia the other way now. And this game, the first chance they've had to see Atlanta.
And here we go. The first in what will be a 3-game season series between the two teams.
Yeah, no splits here, partner. One team will have bragging rights, and a win tonight is the first step.
And Embiid with the block. Young with no one around. Atlanta again missing.
I tell you what, folks, I bet he won't miss that shot next time he takes it.
First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes played. And the shot goes in from Embiid.
Really, the defense is helpless to stop a layup right there. Just too much of an advantage in terms of the mismatch.
Here's Bogdanovich. Against Miami, he was really on his game. It's Young on the wing. 6 on the shot clock. And the rejection by Embiid. And as it goes out of bounds, Atlanta able to keep the ball here. So it's the Hawks now. Here's Collins. Here's the monster. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
And gobbled up that rebound and went straight into attack mode on the putback.
Oof, he is one of the most determined rebounders, Clark, we have got in the NBA.
Yeah, you're calling it right, Kevin. I mean, he gets so many second chance points because of how hard he works to get to the rebound.
It's deflected, and that'll be Philadelphia as it goes out of bounds. 76ers retain possession. And we're just over 3.5 minutes into the first quarter. Just 3 to shoot. Lets it go from the wing, and the basket by Harris. Harris has got his first points of the night.
That's just run of the mill for him. A typical day at the office. He's one of the more skilled offensive players out there.
Collins, a screen on Curry. And Young kicks to Collins.
Tell you what, he's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Absolutely insane with that dunk.
Well, now they're starting to rub it in, aren't they? Have build up a lead, and here we go, folks. It's showtime.
That was a Kodak moment right there. The more plays they make like that, the more they'll have these guys on the ropes.
And that one's good. 6 points for Joel Embiid.
Just the height separation on that mid-range jumper. Excellent job of taking advantage.
And guys, the Sixers drafted Embiid 3rd overall despite a foot injury that would keep him out all of his rookie season. Came to the Sixers with a back issue out of Kansas. Of course, they knew all this going in.
Yeah. And Kevin, the Sixers have made an art here lately of drafting players who aren't immediately eligible to play. 2 years ago it was Nerlens Noel who sat out the season with a knee injury. Last year it was Dario Saric who played overseas, and now Embiid.
Again, Philadelphia.
Really hard to find fault with anything he's doing this quarter, at least at the offensive end.
The Hawks leading by 4. Here's Bogdanovich. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Shot by Collins, no good.
You know, regarding Joel Embiid, the foot was not his only injury when he entered the draft. In his one season at Kansas, he battled both back and knee injury. Obviously, though he's very young, his durability is of some concern.
And really, the scoring this quarter has been just off the charts, doing all he can to bring him back.
And Young kicks to Bogdanovich. They set the pick. He lobs up the alley-oop pass.
Get back, get back.
The dish now to Harris. Here's Embiid. And they're unable to get the tying basket there.
And talking about Joel Embiid, there are some who feel the Sixers targeted guys in the draft last year who couldn't help them win games. One wonders at what point does it become anti-competitive.
Harris misses.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
And Young kicks to Cephalosha. Here's the monster, and lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot two. That one on Embiid. Philadelphia started to create a little bit of an identity last season after all their transactions, Clark, and shifting around. They settled down and came together.
Yeah, and I tell you, it looks like the identity will be the Sixers being a defensive team going forward. Offense has its fits and starts, but defensively they found some traction.
Two shots. Move shot.
And he makes the first.
As you said, the 76ers will be a team built on defense going forward. At least that's what it seems like to me. They have very active hands and can bother a lot of shots. They also force a ton of turnovers as well.
Here's what Atlanta's going with right now. Capella's checked in, and it's Korver in for Thabo Cephalosha. Good on both.
And, you know, guys, the Sixers did force a lot of turnovers, but they also gave the ball away the most in the NBA, so kind of negated the turnovers they forced. They can be as defensive as they want, but they've got to get better at taking care of the ball if they're going to improve.
And the 76ers decide to take their first time out here.
I think he just sees some things that can be improved and wants to get everybody back on the same page.
And usually that, to me, is a good use of the timeout. I mean, if there's something that he's noticed that can give his team a lift, I think he's got to try to take advantage of that.
Tyler Zeller's checked in for Atlanta. Here's Curry in the game against Chicago. Very impressive. Landry, a screen on Young. Curry dishes to Landry. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot two. And for Carl Landry, he powered his way through the league a few years back, but somewhere along the line, Clark, his game kind of topped out.
His best season, Kevin, he averaged 18 and 7. I think injuries have been a factor, but last year was down to 7 and 4 his game averages, so he's starting to slide.
Shooting two.
Free throw drops for Landry.
And back to Carl Landry, sophisticated scorer, a variety of post moves, a tough guy willing to play through pain, but he just never had the size or explosiveness to dominate. And now that he's getting a little older, that really has become an issue.
And so he makes both from the line.
You know, visiting Carl Landry again here, I mean, he's a roll guy. He shoots a high percentage from the field, from the foul line, gives you a little nasty and edge down low, yet you can't make him out to be more than he is.
Now, here is Young. 17 points for him last game against Miami. Here's Zeller, and he gets that one to go off the front iron. Zeller's got his first 2 points. The 76ers trail by 4. Okafor with the screen on Williams. Avanti. An easy layup after coming off the pick.
A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
Not a very good job of the defender getting over the top of that screen in that particular play.
Now, here is Young. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Outside Williams. Bangs home the trifecta. And the Hawks lead by 5.
Yeah, perfect release that time. I mean, I thought it might get blocked, but no.
Yeah, he was giving up a lot of size in that particular matchup, but showed the excellent ability to get off that shot despite the disadvantage in size.
Pass to Zeller. On the wing, Williams. Pulls up from the corner. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. Now it's a 7-point Hawks lead. Philadelphia's gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. It's Curry with the drive. Lets a floater go. Second chance shot. And Okafor with the layup.
Guys, he's actually indefatigable. He never gives in, never gives up on a play, and that's what it takes to be a great offensive rebounder. You've got to be relentless.
Now, here is Young. He's a guy we see deliver on a nightly basis, averaging about 24.5 points a game. The three from Korver. Zeller passes to Capella. Young from outside. And Philadelphia grabs the miss.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
Curry kicks to Landry. Here's Insanity, defended by Young. Can't connect from 13 feet out.
He's not necessarily a strong inside presence, but he needs to polish those chances off.
Kyle Korver, a true laser. I mean, the most efficient catch-and-shoot jump shooter in the league, and maybe in league history. He tallied the second ever 50-50-90 season a year ago.
And Korver now in his 13th season in the NBA. Last season was his best ever, especially shooting.
Yeah, and he credits all of his improvement to the advanced off-season training regimen. Extremely dedicated. He moved his family to Santa Barbara to be closer to his trainer, and it's paid off.
The free throws dropped for Korver.
Well, clearly the 76ers were the youngest team in the league last season, and with all the draft picks they've stockpiled, they'll be the youngest team for a while, it seems. But if the youth can grow and develop, they could also be a force in a few years, too.
Atlanta making a switch here. Gallinari's checked in. Philadelphia also making some changes. Aminu comes in for Tobias Harris, and it's C.J. Miles in for Insanity. Both free throws good from Korver. To give you an idea of how young this 76er team is, at one point last season, Greg, Tim Duncan had more seasons played in the NBA than the entire active roster of the 76ers.
That's hard to fathom. I mean, we all know there's this youth movement going on in Philadelphia, but they still need some veterans in that locker room. Very hard for the young players to lead.
Lets it go from deep. Cannot hit. So Philadelphia will take it the other way.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Yeah, I like the way they're setting the tone. Really playing with a lot of energy here at the start.
Now, here is Landry. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. And now just a 3-point Hawks lead. Atlanta's shooting the ball to the tune of 41% from the field so far. Williams with the ball. 5 points in the game. Korver dishes to Capella. Puts up the baby hook, and he gets it to go.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync. Tremendous communication and awareness.
Now here's Okafor, and he gets it to go. Okafor's got his second bucket of the night.
They are not rotating nearly quickly enough on defense down low. Got to get quicker there.
Just no resistance on the interior.
So here's Gallinari. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. Zeller against Okafor. Shoots from the right block. Shot by Zeller, no good. The 76ers trail by 3. There's 49 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Curry passes to Landry. He dishes it to Okafor for the three. And it's Miles missing. The Hawks leading by 3. Korver gets a wide open look. Good, and it's Williams who picks up the assist. Korver's got 5 now.
Man, he's got a tremendous ability to knock it down from deep. I mean, that's a big-time triple.
No doubt that's a difficult shot. You're talking 3 or 4 feet beyond the arc. And that's what he does. I mean, he is a bucket getter.
Now here's Williams. He had 13 points in the win against Miami. And no good trying to get that one. And that does it for the first quarter. It's Atlanta. They lead by 4. Stay with us as we get set to bring you the second quarter right after this. And now the second quarter just getting set to start. And when you consider how Atlanta is doing, your thoughts?
It's just been a long-range battle for them and one that they're winning right now.
Yeah, sharp shooting from deep, a big part of why they're up.
The 76ers trail by 4. So on the floor for Philadelphia, they've got Al-Farouq Aminu. Embiid is out there with lights out. Then it's Curry. And it's Johnson in at the 2 spot. Here's Embiid. It's good, and it's his 6th make against 11 attempts.
How about the perseverance there, the extra effort on that offensive glass?
Now Williams. There's the pick. To the right side. Nice teamwork to set up the pick play and make the space for the jam.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
Aminu, and a great assist by Curry as that one goes in.
They have repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid dividends.
And with as many points as they've gotten in the paint, you know, they haven't had to do much work on the perimeter.
Now here's Williams to the wing on the left. Here's Bogdanovich, the 11-footer, and it comes off the front of the rim.
Boy, I tell you, last season was a big one for the Hawks and Coach Budenholzer. Their dominant season won him multiple Coach of the Month titles, and eventually he won the Coach of the Year award.
Lights out passes to Aminu. Clock at 6. Johnson kicks to Aminu. Here's Embiid. Can't tie it up as that one misses. It's pretty obvious, I thought, Greg, that Budenholzer was the deserved Coach of the Year. I mean, Steve Kerr, there are a lot of good names you could put in there. But what he's done taking the Hawks to the top of the East, a few saw that coming.
I agree with you. I mean, he has transformed this Hawks team over the past couple of years, has a wonderful team game. And, you know, obviously a lot of influence coming from Pop when he was with San Antonio, but he is really, I think, redefining how the game of basketball is being played at the pro level.
Now here's Curry on the wing. Johnson. The 76ers again can't hit it.
Boy, there was no hand in his face right there. I thought for sure he was going to knock that down.
Williams kicks to Bogdanovich, passes it to the monster. 16 feet away. The shot, no good. So Philadelphia will take it the other way. They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going.
And guys, he's not the tallest or most imposing wing player, but Stanley Johnson has incredible strength and really unmatched confidence. One reason why so many were high on him in the draft.
And for Johnson out of Arizona, Greg, his strength, as you were talking about, is his biggest asset. Helps that he has this incredible arm span. And Clark, you know what? He told me he likes to play the 2K game.
Yeah, he does enjoy that. He likes to play the real game, too,
Yeah,
because he's hyper-competitive, and I think he's got a chance to be a superb defender at the NBA level.
The first free throw is good. The Atlanta making some changes. Collins checked in for Capella. Young is subbed in for Lou Williams. And then for Philadelphia, Tobias Harris is checked in for Aminu. And it's Insanity in for Curry. Off on that one, so he goes 1 for 2 at the line. Atlanta leading by 3. And there's the feed to Bogdanovich. Atlanta again missing. The 76ers have gone 2 of 6 from the field in the second quarter so far. And here's Embiid. 12 points for him. And they will get the basket here, folks, as they rule goaltending.
He thought he had that one clean, but the ref saw it differently. They'll count the basket.
Here's Young. Pass to Bogdanovich. They set the pick. Just 5 on the clock. Back to Young. The 3. He hits that shot. His first of the night. Now 1 for 6.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact that the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
Now here is Harris. He had 22 points in the win against the Bulls in Chicago. And that one's good.
Now that's a killer crossover. The defender got totally shook up by that move.
The Hawks leading. Young outside. And Embiid pulls it down.
Nothing seems to be going down for him today.
Insanity, the pass to Lights Out. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
And guys, the Spurs coaching tree extends pretty far these days. Coach Brett Brown, another former member of the Spurs staff, to be leading an NBA team.
Well, Greg, for Brett Brown and the Spurs connection, he was an assistant in San Antonio for 7 years, was really indoctrinated in how the Spurs conducted business, Clark, before coming to the 76ers.
Yeah, he's got an interesting accent, too, a mix of Boston Australian from where he grew up and where he spent a lot of time, but no doubting his passion and his coaching ability. He's good in both.
He was actually a head coach for Australia for a while in international play.
You know, not many saw it coming last season with the Hawks. I mean, they just ran away with the Eastern Conference. It was the first time they took the East since 1994.
That one drops. He ties it up. And with the Hawks and the East, they just dominated the rest of the division. 39 of the Hawks' 60 regular season wins came in conference.
Yeah, and across the board, the Hawks statistically just dominated all Eastern opponents. They shot it better, played better defense, took better care of the ball. They are set up to be a factor in this conference for a long time.
For Philadelphia, they've gone 4 of 8 so far here in the second quarter. Over to the left wing. Here's Insanity. Coming in off a 21-point game his last outing. Here's Lights Out. The 76ers again can't hit it.
And listen, sometimes even the best of us are going to miss the easiest of opportunities.
Plenty of daylight on that shot. Cephalosha's got his second basket of the night.
He can be a forgotten man in their offense sometimes, but the D still has to keep an eye on him.
Here's Insanity. His scoring average sitting at 15 points a game right now. That's a pretty sizable contribution. Embiid the screen. That's good, and the Atlanta lead is cut down to just 1 on the basket from Lights Out.
Boy, that was a rugged screen set there, fellas, and the defense didn't even try to go through that one.
Well, the plan has been obvious now, Clark, for a while. The 76ers really loading up on young players, letting them see a lot of minutes, and we're hoping it's going to bear some fruit, as you like to say, coming up.
Exactly, and it will in time because they've accumulated some really nice young talent, Kevin.
Atlanta's gotten a lot of looks from outside tonight, 5 of 12. Here's Bogdanovich. His scoring average sitting at 15 points a game right now. That's a pretty sizable contribution. He feeds it to Sefolosha. Here's the monster. And Philadelphia grabs the miss. Embiid's got his 7th rebound here tonight.
And with the 76ers, it's not just on the floor that they have stifled the progress. That they've taken 2 top picks knowing they would sit out a full year just to rehab injury.
Now here is Harris. They count on his contributions, currently providing 16.5 points a game.
Awesome defense. I mean, he'll hit those unless you're right in his grill.
Here's Bogdanovich. He's guarded by Johnson. A nice shot by Bogdanovich. Bogdanovich has got his 2nd bucket of the game to go.
You know, one thing few people talk about with the Sixers, this plan of building through the draft and with young players, what if it actually works to their benefit? Then it would become a copycat strategy because we know in the NBA, it's a herd mentality if something works.
Here's the monster. 76ers getting the bucket. Here's Collins. He picked up 12 points in their last win against Miami.
And also, he competed on the backboards. That also had a lot to do with the game.
Timeout called the 76ers.
You know, obviously, there's some things out there he does not like and wants to talk it over.
Well, Greg, you played and you envision yourself as a coach as well. So, sometimes you need to make some adjustments.
Looking at who's out there now for the Hawks. Zeller, he's checked in for the monster. Alinari comes in for Sefolosha. And it's Korver in for Bogdanovich. Here's Insanity out left to the wing. Okafor dishes to Miles. And he uses the glass on the layup. Miles has got his first bucket of the night.
What handles? He broke the D down to the ground with that move.
Young with the ball. There's the pick. Outside Korver, stolen by Miles. Fast break, Philadelphia. A floater. Here's Insanity. Off the pick. And he comes off the screen and slams it through.
And how about the execution on that play? The screen was set up in exactly the right spot.
And the finish wasn't too bad either.
Perfectly designed and perfectly executed.
Now, here's Gallinari. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Pocket 6. Young for 3. And Philadelphia grabs the miss. Okafor's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Some firepower, Clark, from this offense.
Yeah, Kevin, how about the air of confidence? I mean, they really look like they
And that's how it's done. I mean, find that hole in the D and then go hard to the rack.
Maybe that hole was a little bigger than it should have been.
Well, it was. I mean, a tight game like this one, you'd think they'd have a little more energy at the defensive end than that.
Korver kicks to Collins. That's good.
Whatever their plan was defensively that time, it didn't work. Not if it results in that shot.
Dishes to Harris. Outside for Miles. Fires the 3. Good. And Harris gets the assist. Miles has got 5 points now in the quarter.
That was simply a defensive breakdown there, Kevin. He was all alone for that shot. It was a warm-up jumper.
And for C.J. Miles, he sure can string together a long line of threes under the league with a nice jump shot that has now become deadly.
Yeah, he doesn't get to the free throw line much, and he's not really much of a playmaker, but he's 3D in color. HD 3D.
Here's Insanity. He's got 6. And so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot 2. And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for Philadelphia?
Really some great drives to the basket here early on for these guys.
Another part of their game that's been working for them in the early going tonight is their post play, getting it done inside.
No good on that one. You look back last year, and the Hawks were incredible at home last season. Not a bad way to help unveil that beautiful statue of Dominique Wilkins in front of the stadium.
Yeah, I mean, and so much went right for the Hawks. And adding that statue up neat was the cherry on top. Very classy move from that organization.
And the second free throw, good.
And, you know, for the Hawks last season, they ended with a 35-6 record at home, and that was the best in the East and the second best in the NBA.
Pick by Zeller. They set the screen. Back to Williams. 6 to shoot. The shot goes down, and he gets this game back to even. Williams has got 4 points this quarter.
And for the Hawks, it was a good year to get the city. No, take that. It was a great year to get the city talking about basketball again. And Atlanta hasn't always rallied behind this team, but boy, did they show up more than usual last season.
Curry passes to Okafor. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. 6 points for Jahlil Okafor. 1:11 left in the first half. Outside Williams. They set the pick. From outside the arc. That's no good. It's his second miss. He's made 4. Insanity the pass to Aminu. Here's Curry. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
You know, they've changed their game here in the second. Getting a little bit more physical, playing with some toughness now.
And I'm looking for them to increase that lead if they can keep getting to the free throw line.
This is his first trip to the line tonight.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
And guys, I think that's a tribute to his work ethic. I mean, it's not by accident that he's enjoying the success he is at the free throw line.
And he knocks down the first one. Both free throws good for Curry.
And guys, this 76ers team still trying to forge an identity. One thing that is sure, they will attack the basket, and a lot of fearless players on this roster.
Korver kicks to Williams. Zeller setting the pick for Williams. Wants to get it to Zeller and does.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force them to the line.
Yeah, exactly. Prevent the layup, give them a little bump, and then maybe they'll think twice about coming into the lane next time. And if they don't think about it, at least they might be distracted by your presence.
All right, now, take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And that one falls for Zeller. Young's checked in for Gallinari. And so Zeller nails both of them.
Well done again. He doesn't have the same problems at the line that plague some of the NBA's other big men.
Outside Curry. Picked by Okafor. Kicks it to Aminu. Back to Curry. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot two. On the night, he's gone 2 for 2 at the stripe. And he makes the first. Both good from the line that time.
He has such terrific form and consistency on his free throws. Beautiful to watch.
The Hawks trail by 4.
They'll probably let the clock wind down here.
Right on. I mean, no need to give the ball back before the end of the quarter in this situation.
Now here's Williams. Young outside. From past the arc. And released it in time, but it's off the mark. And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. 76ers lead by 4. We're going to step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after our halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everybody, to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. Hope you've been enjoying the excitement so far. Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal. For the 76ers, the first quarter was pretty even. During one stretch, they trailed by 7, never falling behind too far. They had a nice burst of energy once they got to the second quarter and ended the half holding on to a 4-point lead. And from what we saw so far from the Sixers, Kenny, what's your takeaway?
You know what jumps out at me? Their efficiency on the offensive end. They shared the basketball. Good shot selection. They showed a lot of patience, and that patience will be tested the rest of the way.
And Shaq, what'd you see from Atlanta?
You know, 2 things went on in the first half. Yes, we saw good offense take advantage of mediocre defense, but we also saw a motivated team take advantage of a team that didn't want to hustle. They need an attitude adjustment.
And that'll do it for now as we send you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the second half.